Every year, thousands of young Brits jet across to America to take part in the summer camp experience. They come home full of stories about what made their summer so special, but for someone who's never been to camp, it's really hard to understand. This documentary hopes to explain that. I'll be looking at my own summer spent at YMCA Camp Benson in Illinois, and I'll be speaking to the colleagues and friends I made there. I'll be asking those friends their favourite aspects or parts of camp to try to explain what makes camp so special.
It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.
What would you say is your favourite aspect of the camp routine?
My favorite time at camp is the Sunday check-in, when you get to meet your campers for the first time. I was a new counselor this past year, and so I was kind of new too, so everyone was just getting to meet each other, and they're leaving their parents for maybe the first time, and you could tell the kids were really nervous, but they were really excited for a fun week that was going to come up ahead.
Hotter what you see, hotter me.
So we go to the pavilion and we play some icebreaker games.
For this game, find a partner that you don't know that well.
Didn't say hello, and you forgot to check. You guys are up for this round. 1, 2, 3, left. 1, 2, 3, left.
So my personal favorite is the human knot because it builds teamwork and leadership skills and good communication right off the bat. And then we go to the flagpole to get ready for our utensil dinner.
First thing that the counselor's hand touches is their utensil for this evening's dinner.
I've gotten some crazy utensils, one of them being just a giant pot. Like I didn't have anything to scoop up food with. I just had to just angle the pot so it would slide into my mouth, which is really hard with spaghetti. And probably the second most craziest thing I ever had was a whisk.
After dinner on Sunday is the opening campfire. This is seen as one of the most special times at camp.
Opening campfire is the first time that everyone gets to know each other. We learn about where everyone's from.
Rock Falls! You're from Sterling!
And how long they've been coming to camp.
Let's start at the base. Who's this? This is their first year. 15th year.
Also, opening campfire is the time that we get to teach people about our compass, our core values.
What's this one?
Caring, honesty, respect, responsibility.
And know how important they are at camp.
This is a stand-up song! This is a stand-up song! Way down yonder, not far away. Way down yonder, not far away.
It's just a good time for the first opening night to get to know each other and have some fun, set the tone for the rest of the week at camp.
After a good night's sleep, the normal camp routine begins. Everyone has their own favourite part.
So my favorite part about camp, one of them is called cabin cleanup. And what happens is the only time that I've ever seen a bunch of 7-year-olds and 8-year-olds actually excited about cleaning up a room or making a bed. And it's ridiculous to some degree because these kids, you'll never see them doing anything else like this. But yet again, they all kind of come together and want to work for this one goal of being the cleanest cabin and having the nicest decorations and all of that stuff.
You're late! You're late! You're really, really late! And you're tardy!
And then another part about camp that I really love is chapel. And all of the entire camp gathers together at this one place called chapel every morning. And one of the counselors or junior counselors will just talk about some sort of message that they want everyone to carry with them throughout the day.
What if we could think, I'm happy, I'm healthy, and I feel terrific? Maybe if we start thinking it, then we'll actually start being happy, healthy, and we'll feel terrific.
Rock out like the streets are empty except for you, your bicycle, and your headphones. Rock out like the Publishers Clearinghouse is ringing your front door. Rock out like you'll never have to open a school book again.
It was sort of a man. Describe him? That's hard. I don't know if I can.
And I love that so much because of the fact that it's not a really long and complicated message. This is something that's easy to understand for kids, but it really carries them throughout the day and gives them something to think about, whether it's being honest or responsible or caring. And it's a little story that will stick with them and help them really grow on the inside throughout the day.
One of my favorite times about camp is the time we call Sogra, which is short for Songs and Grace. This starts each morning when we meet for flag raising. Then one staff member will lead the entire camp in a couple songs.
I said a boom, chicka boom. 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 We got a place to make it.
Keep the water out.
Keep the water out.
Walk. Walk.
I love singing songs in front of camp because it gives me a chance to be crazy, and then my craziness will make the kids go crazy.
McDonald's loves his Big Mac.
Ronald McDonald loves his Big Mac.
Chihuahua. It's Big Mac.
Chihuahua. It's Big Mac.
And the crazier it is, the more fun we have.
We'll have 2 big ice cold pitchers of water and gets to pour them on his counselor.
Yeah.
Alright, so happy birthday, Noah.
Happy birthday.
Oh, you still got some? You got a little more. Alright, you got the second one.
The second part of Sogra is saying grace. These aren't necessarily religious or spiritual, but more of a fun tradition.
Viking hungry. Viking want food. Viking say grace. Grace.
After we say grace, then we eat our meals. Mealtimes are good chances for kids to recharge and hydrate. During these mealtimes, we have our best forms of entertainment.
Precise.
I'm punching myself in the face.
I am wiping my mustache because I just drank a lot of milk. Try that on Precise.
So we are setting up a little bit of a mock dating show. Thinks that Brave is absolutely repulsive.
Alright, we're going to do dating on our second date.
It won't even be on the first date.
Guilty as charged.
Chicken nugget.
One of my favorite times at camp is when we go out on our daily trip to the pool. It starts with us all loading onto the bus.
Back seat's broken in the axle dragon.
Back seat's broken in the axle dragon.
The bus ride is an event all of its own. Sometimes there's songs, sometimes there's games on the way. Then we get to the pool and everyone does their own things. Be it hanging out, belly flops off the diving board, or the most popular, trying to dunk the counselor. I love this time at camp just because it's free time that kids get to hang out and do their thing, and it's just a time for them to be able to cool off from the warm summer days.
Plus, the pool is really fun. I think my favourite time at camp, personally, is when we're running activities at the camp. We run activities at a number of different points through the day. But it starts right in the morning where we do an optional morning club, which can be anything from playing soccer or climbing a wall, or my personal favourite, morning shenanigans, where you just go around the camp waking everybody up.
Cabin, please come out. Cabin.
The next activity times, there's 2 that are pretty similar called CCAT and FCAT, which are morning and afternoon respectively. Your CCAT is the camper will choose a type of activity, for example ropes activities or water activities, and they'll do an option of that type each morning. And then FCAT is a bit different because you just choose from, say, the 6 available activities or so. It gives you a chance to do the activity you've missed out on.
Oh god! Oh god! Oh my god!
Yes, cheat!
My personal favourite activities are the ropes ones, for example, like the zip line, or personally the flying squirrels are most fun, because they really test your bravery and your inhibitions.
Poseidon, what is your profession?
The final activity time we have at camp is our evening activities. These sort of can be varied from like wild games like full camp version of capture the flag or a great battle or ultimate frisbee, something like that. Or there can be more ceremonial. For example, we do a weekly staff camper show where each cabin does a skit or a song.
Not to do any fries because we just ran out of fries. This is good burger, not good fries. So if you want to reorder.
Training really hard to become a firing squad, and they'll do really well. Big boy! Bigfoot doesn't live at Camp Benson.
I am Prince Charming, and I am so handsome.
You are so handsome.
I know. I'm going to dance with you.
Alright. We are jealous.
And finally we have the block party, which is just like a big dance.
Reverse! Reverse!
Whilst every night at camp is important, Friday night is seen as the most special. Friday night is where we do our end of week awards.
The awards ceremony is really special at camp because it's when all the campers get to be honored for their own participation in the week.
I'm very excited to welcome you to this award ceremony. You'll see that some of you have paint on your face, and the reason is that in Native American tradition, whenever you became part of a family, you took on that family's colors. We're going to call each cabin up individually tonight, and you're going to stand here. We'll ask all the first-time campers to step forward and receive the paint. So you've made it through your first week of camp at Camp Benson, and you are now part of the Camp Benson family. We believe at camp that you have found your way back home if you've come for a second summer or even longer. And so anybody who has been here for 2 summers or more will receive a compass. Please give a nice round of applause to our Merrill Benson Award winner for displaying excellence in exempling the 4 core values, Lauren Peters. Darius McLeod.
The awards, the entire camp is led down to the campfire for the most emotional part of the week, the closing campfire.
Closing campfire is one of my favorite parts of the week because compared to the crazy fun we have all week, it really brings everything together into a nice sentimental, serious appreciation of the community we've had all week.
There are some things that will happen that will make you sad or confused, but just keep your spirits up and use your family and friends to help you, and you can make it through it.
4 staff members get up and speak about mind, body, community, and spirit, which are the 4 compass points, and they get to tell a personal story or experience they've had that really entailed that in their personal life and how camp has brought that through for them in the real world.
Take this ball of what it is you don't like about yourself. Go ahead and throw it in the fire. Now, it might be my imagination, but I'm watching all this stuff burn. Everything that we don't like about each other is now burning in this fire.
This is what camp spirit is. It's you taking the opportunity to share what's important to you. To share about your compass, or that compass, or your experience, or your activities, or your friends and your counselors and your SDPs, and to let that spread and move along the way.
After each jam-packed day at camp, the entire group meets to sing some slow songs.
It's to go silently. Barges, I would like to go with you. I would like to sail the ocean blue.
Okay, so my favourite thing about the day, or one of my favourite things about the day at camp, was the slow songs at the end of the day. And the reason for this is I think they were a great way of getting everyone, all of the campers and staff together at the end of the day, you know, after what is normally quite an energy-filled day and quite a tiring day. And it's a great way of calming everyone down and getting the kids sort of ready for bed. For me, I think that was a really good way to end the day, and it also, in the slow songs and all of the stuff that we talk about at the end of the day, gives us a really good opportunity to reflect on what the kids have learned during the day or during the week so far. Okay, so after that was devotions, and I think that the devotions were great. It's a way of, basically, a devotion can be a story, it can be just going around the cabin and asking all of the children, you know, what they've done during the day. Devotions could be done in cabins in groups like they normally were, or they could be done in larger groups, and this way all of the kids would sit around a campfire, which is already quite a nice thing to do at night, and then one of the counsellors would lead a bigger devotion, normally, you know, something that had a real sort of meaning to a story within it, that gave the kids something to think about and talk about.
Love is the most important thing in your lives, boys. It'll take you farther than any possession, any amount of money will ever take you. And I sometimes feel that our society has lost sight of what is truly important in life. Happiness, family, friends, love. Those are the things that are important to our lives. I want you guys to remember that, because that's what our camp spirit is all about.
Yeah, so I mean, devotions, whether they were small devotions or larger devotions, for me, I think were brilliant because they managed to bring everyone together, give the kids something, you know, important to think about and consider before they went to bed, and also a good way of, you know, making people feel good about what they've achieved during the day, or someone they've met, a friend they've made. So yeah, just a really, really chilled way to sort of end the day on a high note.
So as you can see, everyone has their own favourite part of camp, but the experience is so much more than just the sum of its parts, and that is because the true, most special thing about camp is the friendships and bonds that are forged there.
Tomorrow I'll be gone.